beautiful people, welcome again to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, my name is Oyinkan Salami. I am a travel lifestyle YouTuber, and on my channel I share a lot of great and insightful content to help your travel journey seamless and most especially successful. So if you're new here, welcome on board, and if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say you guys are the best. You're the reason why I'm still here. If not, about a year ago I made a video which did really well in my capacity. I think it did really well and it got a lot of engagement. I decided I was going to make out a Q&A video out of that video from last year. So this video actually spoke about how I got my visa approved just 2 weeks after it was rejected at the UK embassy. This video got a lot of engagement. People asked a lot of questions, so I carefully picked out some very important questions that might be very useful for you and me in our next application journey, because of course I want us to all apply for our visas and I want it to be successful. I'm going to be answering some of those questions, and I want to put a disclaimer out there that I am in no way related, or I do not in any way have any affiliation with any embassy, and I am not a visa agent. Any idea I share is just basically based on the experiences I've had in the past or that my friends have had in the past. And just so you know, I'm a regular customer at embassies. Like I've applied, gotten approved, gotten rejected. I've dealt with all those things, so it's just based on experience. Without further ado, let's go straight into the business of the day. So the first question I have here is, how soon can I apply after a rejection? So personally, I like to apply just immediately after I get rejected by any consulate or when I get rejected by any embassy. When your rejection letter comes, it tells, so if you can apply, it tells whether it tells you to reapply or reappeal within 30 days of the rejection. Do you get? And during that period, if they gave a reason for the rejection, it's always easier for you to clarify. And also, situations have not changed. So personally, I always reapply just immediately after my rejection. The next question I got asked is, what is a letter of application? Just like the name implies, most embassies does not require this as a criteria or a requirement for applying for a visa, but a letter of application, like I always say, is very, very important. So a letter of application states, oh, my name is so, I am applying for a tourist visa to this place, or I'm applying for a D student visa to this place, and I would like to go there to study this. I would like to, this is what I'll be doing, this is who my sponsor is. It summarizes your visa application. It says the things that are not being asked in the application form. The next question I got is, which country allows you to migrate with family? Oh, I get these questions always, like which country allows you to migrate with family? So again, it depends on what you mean by migration. It depends on what kind of visa you're applying for. Is it like express entry? If you're going on express entry, of course you're allowed to migrate with your family, but I want to believe that this person actually means probably if he's going to study abroad, what country allows them migrate with their family. So I'm gonna say the UK, Canada, Germany, Thailand, Austria. I think those countries allows you migrate along with your family. But then remember that migrating with your family also comes with more financial implications. You need to spend more money. If you going alone requires you submitting like €1,000 or $1,000, just as an example. If you're going with a family of 4, say you, your spouse and 2 children, you are most likely going to be required to spend 4 times more or 3 times more than if you were just going alone. I hope that clarifies. The next question says, will Canada know if I've been denied a visa by the US embassy? Oh, good. All right, so I want you to know that some embassies are usually like connected. They usually know like about your immigration history. For example, America and Canada, they share the same immigration history. All the EU member states, the 27 EU member states, they share the same immigration history. So if you went to France embassy like 3 years ago and then you decide to go to the German embassy to apply in like 3 years time, they have your information. They know, oh, you applied to France previously, you were rejected, this is why you were rejected. They know all those things. So I always advise you not to lie. Whenever a question comes up like, have you ever been denied a visa by any embassy before, just simply say, yes, I am. If there's an opportunity for you to clarify the reason why you were denied, you can simply say, you do not know why, or this is what the consulate said. So do not lie about your past rejection or visa application history. Most of the embassies are connected. Canada and America share the same immigration history. I hope that sorts out your question. So the next question says, which visa is the easiest to get? I'll say countries that you can go on visa on arrival, like probably Tanzania, and depending on what country you come from. But I want to believe that this person is a Nigerian and the person probably wants to know which visa is easier to get. Probably I really do not have the right answers for that. I'll just say that whatever visa you're applying for, always give it your best. Do not apply with nonchalant attitude. Give it your best, put in your best, be truthful. That's what I'll say. And then ensure that you put in your details correctly and you fill out the forms correctly and you go through due procedures. That's what I'll say. If you submit all the necessary requirements and you meet up with the criteria, I want to believe that your visas will be approved. So I can't really say this visa is easy to get or this visa is not easy to get. I hope that makes sense. And then the next question is, will they confirm if I submit a fake bank statement? Really? This person wants to know if the embassy or if the consulate usually confirms if you submit a fake bank statement. Please do not try it. You are gonna get caught. Personally, I do not support anything that is not straightforward or anything that has to do with any corny act. So I'll just say, just do what is right. Always, at all times, because you're gonna get caught, you're gonna get banned. If possible, you're not gonna be able to get into that country anymore. You're gonna get flagged. If possible, it might even affect you from getting into another country. So you need to be careful, okay? Let's go on. Next question is, can I convert a short-term visa to a work visa? I don't know if that works anywhere, but I know if you're applying to the EU member states, most times it's usually difficult to convert a short-term visa, that is a tourist visa, to a student visa. So why not the energy you want to use to start going through the process of having to convert, having to not know your faith in that country, just put it into applying for the D visa, for the right kind of visa you're actually going for. I hope that answers your question. And then the next question is, I did not get any rejection letter, what can I do? A lot of people ask this question, so I will say, if your passport came back and there was no visa on it, and there was no letter that states the reason why your visa was denied, I would say contact the embassy, write them, let them know that you will like to know the reason why your visa was rejected. No reason was given, and if you do not know the reason, you won't be able to work towards applying in better or solving the situation the next time. So it is your right. You paid for it, for them to process it, and when they are done processing it, it is their duty to also let you know the reason why your visa was rejected. I also want to believe that there are some visa applications that are quite confusing, and then the visa, I don't want to speak for them, but I just want to believe so. If your application was not very direct or was not very straightforward, it's always better to know the reason why your visa was rejected. And this takes me to my next question, which is quite interesting to me. So this person says, I have been refused 3 times to the UK, is it advisable to apply again? If you truly want to travel, you must be prepared. I have a friend that applied for the US B1 B2 visa. He applied 6 times, and in all the 6 times it was rejected, but on the 7th time his visa got approved. So you shouldn't by chance get like discouraged. If you truly want something, you should really go for it. You get it? So don't get tired. But then I'm going to say this: if you keep getting rejections and refusals from any embassy, be patient enough to ask or contact the embassy stating your application number, your name, the date you applied, your reasons for the and if you were not given a reason for rejection, ask for the reason. Tell them you want to know why your visa was rejected, so that you can do better next time when you're applying. You know, it even shows a sign of concern and responsibility, wanting to take up responsibility and make amends or correct what is wrong, you know. So always ask. A lot of people have been banned from a country, but the consular do not tell them directly because they did not ask. And if you've been banned, if you keep going to the embassy, they'll keep rejecting your applications. So you want to know your status in a particular country. Oh, hi, I've been refused quite a number of times. I'd like to know why my visa has been rejected. And so they are humans. You can talk to them no matter how big whatever it is, as long as you didn't commit any sort of fraud and you're very, very sure of the document you've submitted. Please feel free to ask the reasons why you've been refused or rejected. The last question is, why is my visa application taking too long to process? Normally visas take between 2 weeks, which is 15 working days, up until 1 month in normal situations. But in rare situations, for instance, if some things are questionable, if the consulate needs to run a background check, or also seasonal times, for example, when students are getting to resume back to school, these periods are usually called the peak period, and your application might take longer. So if your application is taking longer, say it's 2 months, I've actually applied for a visa before and it took about 3 months, I'm not even joking, to process, you know. So if your visa is actually taking so long, it's okay to contact the embassy, let them know again your application number, registration number, passport number, your name, when you applied. You would like to know why it's taking time or why your application is getting delayed. I've come to the end of this video. I hope I've been able to trash out a lot of your questions or a lot of your doubts. If you find this video helpful, kindly do well to hit that red subscribe button hanging somewhere around, and also you want to turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post another amazing video like this, you'll be one of those people to get notified. Remember to like, share, comment and subscribe to this video. It helps this video to get recommended to other beautiful people just like you. All right, thank you so much. I wish you all the best at your application journey, and kisses. Catch you. Bye.